People talk about community, but most of them never had to survive without one. I know what it feels like to be looked at like you don't belong, like you're different, like something about you needs to be fixed before you're even allowed to be human. I lived the divide in real time. Growing up homeless, choosing freedom over abuse, sleeping in cars instead of apartments, because loneliness felt heavier than struggle. Being trans in a world that thinks it understands you before it ever listens. I wasn't confused. I wasn't trying to be someone else. I wasn't escaping myself. I chose this path to experience life fully because expression excited me, because freedom called me, because I knew my soul was never limited to what the world wanted me to be. But people saw sickness instead of curiosity. They saw less than instead of a whole person living their truth. They saw labels instead of a heart. And here's the wild part. The community that rejected me couldn't break me, because the community the world ignores is the one that held me up. Strangers on the street with nothing in their pockets had more humanity than people with homes full of wealth and fear. They didn't judge my identity, they judged my character. They didn't care how I dressed, they cared how I treated them. They didn't care who I used to be, they cared who I was. Right there, in that moment. And that's when I learned community isn't made by comfort, it's made by connection. Unity isn't born from agreement, it's born from humanity. We wouldn't have so many broken adults if we protected our kids with real community from the start. If every child knew they belonged, no matter how they expressed themselves, no matter how they looked, no matter what they grew into, we wouldn't spend adulthood trying to heal wounds someone else created. If we raised kids in unity, we would grow together instead of apart. Community is safety. Community is identity. Community is destiny. And the world thinks I'm crazy because I can see clearly. But that's what happens when you grow through everything people said you wouldn't survive. That's what happens when you were shaped by the streets, not the system. That's what happens when love didn't come from approval, it came from presence. This is why I speak on unity. This is why Group 7 exists, not to divide the world, but to remind it, we were never meant to walk alone. We were meant to rise together. The ones the world tried to break are the ones who know how to build it back.